Oh, hello. I'm here. Give me a second.
Pay no mind to the man behind that dark curtain.
Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain.
Powerful Oz
has spoken. And
happy
let
July
him hear.
1st, everybody.
Whoa!
The
summer. I'm borderline exhausted. We just got back from Disney. We just got back from Disney yesterday.
Say his name and he appears.
I'm borderline.
I believe in JW.
I would go J Dubs. That would work better. Welcome to Loud and Nerdy on a Tuesday night. My name is JW Colwell. I'm joined, as always, by my good friends Kyle Defina and Jerry Kamora. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Joe Ridgely. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. We're appreciative of that. Who else is in the comments?
Before, Joe. We had Sean Smith.
Sean Smith, good to hear you. I know we got to talk about something sad, Sean, so thank you for joining us. Good evening, Ken McKernan. Thank you for good evening. Boosting number since I missed last week. Hope you all are good. Yeah, we missed you, Raven. You weren't here last week. My question is why? Do you like other people more, or
I would.
It's possible. Anyway,
yeah.
Welcome on a Tuesday night. July 2025 is finally here. July 1st. What do you boys got planned for July 4th?
Well, no, July 1st, actually first. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
It is happy. Yes, it is Bobby Bonilla Day. If you don't know what Bobby Bonilla Day is, I should explain. Bobby Bonilla Day is basically a day where every year until 2035,
10 more years.
9 more years. 9 more years after. 10 more years. Shit.
Yeah.
The Mets will pay Bobby Bonilla $1.18 million as part of the contract he signed late 80s, early 90s. He deferred his contract for 40 years. So essentially he gets paid until 2035. He gets $1.18 million every year until 2035. And the Mets took that and were like, nobody's going to make fun of us for this contract. And here we are on Bobby Bonilla Day, which is a Mets national holiday, really. It is what it is. He was terrible for us. We stole him from the Pirates, and then he was absolutely abysmal in every conceivable way.
Yes, it is also Canada Day.
It is Canada. Happy Canada Day. And for that, we'll give you some tariffs. No, just kidding. Happy Canada Day.
We get to have burgers with Canadian bacon on them.
Oh, so ham?
Get that maple syrup going.
You know what else it is? It's July, and we have all these movies coming out. But I do want to pass along a sad note first. So Morgan Wellborn was an indie filmmaker that you may not have seen his stuff, but he was avid. He was very much in the independent film scene, and he lost a recent battle with some issues that he was having. He has some movies he had made. One in particular called Circus Satanicus, which is coming forward. And he made a couple things that played around in film festivals and circuits. And so basically, he got hurt. I guess he had a hip fracture, and then I don't know if you know this or not, but when you have a hip fracture, your body tends to not react well. So he lost a very quick battle. Like recently, he was, he had a GoFundMe for the hip replacement surgery or the hip surgery that he was working on, and he lost his battle. So it's an independent filmmaker that we creatively, condolences to everybody who knew him and everybody who starred with him. He's friends with a lot of people associated with our network, including our own Joe Ridgely, Jamie Hill, who's been on our network, Terry Gerald, who we know very well, Bill Slevin, and Sean. Sean was a friend and fan. He was an independent horror filmmaker, and he was, I know I think Joe and I had a chance to see something of his in an Orlando Film Festival we went to. We went to Phantasm, and his stuff was playing, and I don't know that I saw it though. I know other people may. So I don't. I don't know his work particularly, but I know he's very popular, and I know it was a blow to the independent film community. So we wish Morgan Wellborn and his family nothing but the best, and condolences from our network to everybody who knew him. Apparently, it's just one of those things where when you lose like somebody that works really hard in the independent film industry, it's a very tight knit community. So when it happens, it's a sad thing. So we wish him the best on his next adventure, his next filmmaking adventure, wherever he's headed. And anybody who knew him, condolences. Anybody who's a fan, sorry about that as well. But we have to we have to press on. We don't want anybody too sad. It's beginning of July. July is going to be the most box office heavy month in the history of Julys. It's going to be big July, kids. We got. Oh, you're not sure about that? What are you doing? You're flipping your hand. Why are you flipping your hand? He's a great person.
Shut up, Kyle.
Shut up, Kyle. He's a great person.
You,
Sean. He's a great person and friend. I'm so happy to have been able to work with him in 2 films. Circus Satanics will not come out. He has his accident 50 minutes into filming it, so we never got to finish. It's sad. I'm sorry. This is something I did not know. I know it's up on his page. It's sad. He was a great guy and a friend. Superman and Fantastic Four. Yes, and this little movie that I've already seen that is going to have a very good box office July 4th weekend. Jurassic World Rebirth opens tomorrow. It actually opens tonight at midnight, but we don't do midnight shows anymore. At least I don't. Just not my gig. And it's a fun movie. Is it the best movie you're ever going to see? No. Is it better than the original? No. But it's got some good stuff, including that guy right there, the Distortus Rex. It's got some great stuff. The Mosasaurus. I don't know. I was trying to go over like dinosaur names with my nephew, and it was like I was never more tongue-tied in my life with some of the words that they were trying to get me to say. It was bad. But Jurassic World's good. It's really fun. We also, in the last couple of days, have had a plethora of trailers that have dropped. And I don't know if you boys have seen any of them, but I'm going to go over some of them right now.
I saw the Running Man trailer.
The Running Man trailer, I think, looks good. I don't think you can do it. Okay, so Running Man trailer, it's got Glenn Powell, star of the moment. He has a good run going on. It has good supporting cast, Jerry. Like Josh Brolin as the head of the network.
The game.
Here's the thing. The original Schwarzenegger movie was a Schwarzenegger movie that used the book as a basis, right? This seems like more of a straight, the way the trailer plays out, it seems like more of a straight adaptation. And I was thinking about it, you can't remake the Running Man like Schwarzenegger's Running Man. It doesn't work in this time frame for action movies. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? So like the way it expands out in the trailer is what? He's on the run not for zones or whatever. It's 30 days where anybody can turn him in or anybody can try to capture him to get a bonus. And, the paranoid delusional fantasies of Stephen King in the 80s, dystopian futurescapes where people are like trying to win money and kill people seems reasonable. Because I'm old. No, I don't think you can. It has nothing to do with old. I think The Running Man is a very specific.
I think that goes back to midnight movies, and you wouldn't go to a midnight movie anymore.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I've seen the trend, and not many people are going to midnight movies anymore, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter their age.
It's the same. It's not just movies. It's music. It's everything. Like even shows are done by midnight.
Why would
shows at 2 a.m.
Why would you go see Jurassic World at 12:01 Tuesday night when you can go and see it at 2:00 on Wednesday. Like I just. Okay, I thought it was about the Running Man. That's okay. I am old, but it has nothing to do with that. It's just once you start showing the public that they can go see the movie at 7:00 on the night before the movie opens, nobody's gonna go to a midnight show. So
I think it's well past movies though at this point because
I just think it's everything. Who the fuck wants to be? And maybe I am old, but who the fuck wants to be out that late? Like if the movie's 2 hours and 13 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes with trailers. So you're looking at 3:00 in the morning getting out. Who's doing that?
Also, the ability to see it everywhere. I mean, when we were younger, if you didn't catch it in the movies, you were on a wait mission.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
There's no.
Everybody's done talking about it. If you don't get to the movies,
Rocky isn't even doing midnight movies anymore. Rocky is like the most showings I see of Rocky are like 10:00, right? I mean, it's more in line with.
I'm not going to comment because there's still a couple theaters that try the midnight thing and fail miserably.
So you just made a comment. I'm not going to comment, but there are theaters that try the midnight thing, and they suck.
I think COVID had a little bit to do with some of that too.
I think
it changed the culture a little.
What changed the culture?
COVID.
I think COVID changed. I think
did a lot.
I'll give you one that we don't think about. The shooting in Colorado. Right? The shooting in Colorado, the kid who shot up the Colorado movie theater, that happened at a midnight show. So, you know what? Don't give me the side eye. Don't give me the double side eye.
I think it's at me, actually.
Oh, okay.
Everything's not about you, JW. Everything is not about you.
Well, that's not true.
Now there's a double side eye.
Everything that is. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever that is. Other stuff. But the trailer for Running Man is really good. It's different. It's unique. It's got Michael Cera. It's got a great supporting cast. I think they can pull it off. And I think they have to make it as different from the Schwarzenegger movie as possible. Like, that's just a personal opinion. Another trailer that dropped today was this. It's a new version of Cat. It's a new version of Cat in the Hat. Bill Hader is playing the Cat in the Hat. The trailer's pretty funny. The trailer's pretty funny. I think The Grinch with Cumberbatch is better than the Grinch Jim Carrey movie. You can shoot me for saying it, but that's how I feel. And if we're gonna get and the Cat in the Hat
directing it,
the fucking Mike Myers Cat in the Hat movie is atrocious. It's awful. So you're bound to like Bill Hader. The other thing is Bill Hader has played the Cat in the Hat on SNL, and I am just fascinated that somebody said, you know what we should do? We should let the guy behind Barry. We should let him play the Cat in the Hat because I think
the biggest problem though in this picture, right?
What?
The WB logo in the corner.
Yeah, but you know what?
Concept art.
That's now a tax write-off.
That's not going to happen because the estate, like a lot of the Dr. Seuss stuff is owned by the estate, so you can't fuck around with like that. Here's Bill Hader as the Cat in the Hat on SNL when he was just like so. He's played the character before, which I think is hilarious. That somebody went, you know what? His Cat in the Hat on SNL was really good. Let's put $100 million into an animated movie.
They make the movie look like that. That costume's amazing.
God, the huge heads on you guys tonight. Jerry's the only nice one tonight. Okay. Jerry's always the nice one. Jerry's always the nice. Like, when is that?
They have a good facade.
Because after he's done here, he just looks at his TikTok account with 1 million views, and he's like,
he's fine.
And he walks away.
Yeah, Jerry. The other trailer that dropped, and I don't know if you guys saw it or not. We're gonna get back to the show. The other trailer that dropped, and again, I don't know if you saw it or not. Project Hail Mary, Ryan Gosling, written by Weir, who wrote The Martian. And the trailer, I think it gives too much away, but it's basically about this guy who our son is burning out, and he's a scientist at like a middle school, and he's the only one that understands why the stars are burning out. So they turn him into an astronaut. And the trailer's hilarious because he's like,
Geostorm. Got it.
Yeah, got it. Geostorm, yes. And he basically gets turned into an astronaut. He has a really funny line where he's like, astronaut, as in, I'm not going to space. I'm not an astronaut. Like, it seems realistic. And they're like, you're humanity's last hope kind of thing. And then the trailer ends with him meeting an alien of some sort.
Save us, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are our last hope.
He meets like an alien. I don't know what's going to happen with the movie. But I'm telling you right now, I'm all of a sudden very interested in the movie. Maybe. Who knows? And then the Odyssey trailer is dropping today as well. It's leaked online. It was supposed to only play in theaters in IMAX.
When did Seamus throw a
Did you
beard?
see it?
His mohawk looks awesome.
I've not seen the Odyssey trailer. Because they've been pulling it as fast as it goes up. Do you know what I mean? So Ken's going to space. Yes. Ken's going to space. I swear to God, I'm out of it tonight. I thought she was talking about Ken McKernan. I'm like, leaked online, laugh out loud. Yes. Everything technically leaks online. What else? Let's talk box office. So those trailers are out there, and they'll be bouncing around on theater screens as we get ready for the next month of box office goodness. Jurassic World's fun. It's not going to cure cancer. We'll talk a little bit about next week's foray. Jerry's got a big show coming up. We're excited about that. We'll talk about that near the end of the show tonight.
So excited we booked it.
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
So excited that me and you got tickets for Superman.
Well, no, because wait a second. We're excited for you. I know, but I'm excited for Jerry. I think it's hilarious that we booked somebody when when it was booked. The person who booked knew two of us weren't going to be here. So
backstory, guys.
Right.
JW and I both planned on seeing Superman on Tuesday next week when it first comes out.
The Amazon screen.
That we had, the Amazon screen. We put it in the group chat that let's postpone the show, maybe do one the day after with the spoiler-free thing.
And I'm legit excited for Jerry. I'm just like,
So
I'm booked
the Grand
next week.
The wizard of the network, the guy who pulls all the strings is like, I don't need you two. I just need Jerry and fucking basement. He was like, yeah, Jerry's basement.
He was.
So he's like, Jerry, have I got the best for you?
And it's the funny thing is, it's a guest Jerry and I know. Because I know that I rented Blood Diner at Arles, and I'm sure Jerry did as well. Yumping Yemeni, sucking my chimney, for fuck's sake. Anyway, and that's cool. I'm okay with it. Wait a second. That is not true. That is patently false, Joe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm okay with it. I'm excited for Jerry. I'm legit excited for Jerry. I know what I'm excited for next Tuesday night, and it's not to be here. Like, I've had tickets for a month and a half. I've had tickets for a month and a half, so I'm I know where I'm going to be on July 8th. I will be watching some guy in tights fight a lot of other people. So I'm good. And I'm super excited for Jerry. I think Jerry's going to have a great time, and Drew's going to be a great guest. I'm seeing Blood Dine at the Mahoney Driver in a drive-in theater in like a week or two. Perfect timing. Awesome. It is perfect timing. Just not for Kyle or I. It is not perfect timing for us. But that's okay, because we're all about everybody succeeding. I just think it was funny. I'm like, Kyle and I, we're definitely not going to be here. And Joe's like, cool, we don't need you to. We're good. We're good. We got Jerry. Like, okay, fuck.
Joe's like, yeah, about that. I've been thinking about going in other directions anyway.
It's like,
good luck.
I don't need you. I don't need you, fuckers. Yeah, have fun.
It's my world now.
It's Jerry's sandbox, and we're just hold on.
I have put that back up.
Hold on. There you go.
Put that shit back up. First off, I never said Jerry cannot handle the show. Jerry knows how much respect I have for him, and to be honest, like, that has never crossed my mind, and Jerry knows that.
This language towards me has been encouraged by you for 2 years now, JW.
Shut up, Kyle. We have Carrie Means the first week of August, which, again, another cool booking. I'm excited. I just heard about it 5 minutes ago, so super excited. He is a very gifted voice actor. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Brack Show, of course. So yeah, we're super excited to get him as well. I mean, he's a super, super talented guy. So excellent. Yeah. And Jerry's got a big show next week without us. Cool. My Ridgely pen hitting. That's what we need. We need Joe to have like a series of comically fun vapes. Let's talk box office. Boy,
Ridgely corruption.
Oh God. I do think it's funny that anybody thinks that any of the three of us have egos about the show. We act certain ways on the show, but off we're like, oh, that was funny how we fucked around tonight, or that was cool how that went down. Mm-hmm. If I was jealous of Jerry, he just painted a fucking house this week. I'm not jealous at all. He's had a rough week, and he has a graduation party.
Be envious of that, believe me.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a gold bond day.
And you have a graduation party on Saturday. So you have a lot of shit going on, and now I'm just saying all the pressure of the show is going to be on you.
It's all good.
I know. The thing is, you're going to do fantastic. Jesus Christ! The idea that we somehow.
I'll do this the whole time.
Raven, maybe I thought we were friends.
Like my screen is broken. Like,
hold on, you're gonna do what the whole time, Jerry? Almost. You're not gonna do that the whole time.
You got to be careful.
You're gonna make the whole time is what?
You're gonna freeze up.
Cool. Excellent. Well done.
Yes. Well, I like that.
Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about box office. So here's the it's all Jerry now. Everything's
all Jerry
now.
All the time.
All Jerry.
All Jerry.
So oh my God. Now everybody's getting all chippy.
This is what our age group does. This is what our age group does, though. It's all a ball bust session. The entire thing. It's what we were born to do.
Jesus Christ.
We were bred to do this.
I don't have time for this. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old nephew that fight constantly, and it's very similar. Then do your own thing. You do your own Roblox thing.
That'll
Shit.
Stop in about 10 years.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's talk box office. in 2025, who would have thunk that a live-action original film starring an actual bona fide movie star with an actual bona fide movie director would do well? But if you had Brad Pitt winning the box office this weekend, pretty easy, $57 million for F1. It's a good movie. It's going to be your dad's favorite movie of the year. No matter who your dad is, they're going to go into. It's way better than Days of Thunder. It's way better than Days of Thunder because
you had a movie that was number one that was produced by a computer company named Apple. Who would have had that on the bingo card?
Well, that is true, but they're also like it's a weird deal they got going on for Disney.
It is, Raven.
Elio was really good. Elio is really good. I still do not understand the concept behind Disney. I know why they marketed Stitch so much, but they left Elio like a redheaded stepchild to the side where they're just like, yeah, it's a Pixar, a live action. It's like an independent Pixar movie. You know what I mean? Like it's a one of one. You know what I mean? Elio is really good. Elio held on. It's not. I don't know if it's going to bump along like Elemental, but F1 was 157 million. How to Train Your Dragon was 19 million. That movie is over 200 million right now domestic, and it is 459 million worldwide. So huge. I mean, to spend.
You so don't big, need, huge, massive. One big, beautiful.
No, it does not depend on your knowledge of F1 Formula One racing. I know nothing about Formula One racing except that Hamilton is the best racer in the world, right? And that's only because I saw an episode of some show where somebody got their autographed card and it was worth like $500,000 because
all I know is car go fast, you win. That's all I know.
Well, yeah, but you don't need to know anything about Formula One racing to enjoy the movie. It's an underdog movie. It's Ironheart first 3 episodes dropped last week. It is okay. It's not great, but it's weird. The Marvel shows. I guess we're getting to a point where we're going to get where Marvel shows are going to be completely separated from the MCU proper, which is going to be really difficult to pull off. I don't know if people. I think the whole allure of Marvel is that everything's connected, and if you don't have it connected, then what forces people to have to watch it, right? Unless you're really interested in the character. So I don't know. But F1, you do not need to know about the sport. And the How to Train Your Dragon thing is really interesting because now Disney has a challenger. And if you look at some of their DreamWorks movies, which one has a better soundtrack, F1 or Days of Thunder? F1. The score for F1 is fantastic. It also has a lot of Queen songs. So I'll take the F1 soundtrack. The soundtrack is, yes. But it's just a solid sports movie. Gunn's been doing some really interesting interviews about the DCU. Yeah. May have picked a Wonder Woman. We don't know. That's one of the rumors going around. Let's see. Elio came in third, 10 million, only dropped 50%. So it's a 41 million. It's going to have to stick around most of the summer. The big surprise of the weekend, and it wasn't really a surprise if you're paying attention, Megan 2.0 opened. Megan 2.0 opened to $10.2 million. So it was below Elio in Elio's second week of release. And, a far cry from the original Megan. And then you start thinking about the original Megan. When did the original Megan come out? We can talk about the Fever Dream casting on Street Fighter. We'll do that in a moment. But Megan 2.0, the interesting thing is, there are all kinds of like stories and like, why did Megan 2.0, why did it fail? And it's like, because the original opened in January. The original opened in January with nothing against it. This is the middle of a very contentious box office season. Summer 2025, there are hits everywhere. there are movies doing well everywhere. When Megan came out, the original Megan came out, it came out in a dead zone. Right? It was right around the time of Cocaine Bear, and it came out in a complete dead zone where there was nothing
What's wrong with Cocaine Bear?
There's nothing wrong with Cocaine Bear. I'm just saying.
Well, but I mean, that movie Companion came out, so that do you have to really see this new Megan movie? You just watched it.
No, and that's the you
just got to watch Small Wonder from the 80s.
Yes,
the new Megan movie.
I used to watch that show.
I just think it's one of those things where everybody's over rationalizing it, but it was a hit, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a fluky hit. You know what I mean? And nobody's like, everybody's like, oh my God. I mean, there was a whole thing. First movie grossed $95 million domestic, 86 international for $181 million.
The original Megan.
The original Megan, yes. Wait, what'd you do? What happened?
That's Small Wonder.
Vicky from Small Wonder.
The original Megan. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it opened at a time when there was nothing out. It opened January 6, 2023. There was nothing else out in January of 2023, except movies that were held over from the Christmas season. So people were looking for something different. So I just think it's a real interesting. Like, there are articles up. Like, Variety has an article: Megan 2.0 bombs. 5 reasons the sequel couldn't match the original's box office success. It may be time to put a pin in the Megan cinematic universe. First off, who said there was a Megan cinematic universe? Like, they had a movie. It did well. They made a sequel. It'll still do well when it hits Universal or Peacock, right? It'll still be fine. But it's very competitive out there right now. And Megan was only going to have a week before Jurassic World. Right. And Companion was pretty good. So.
And Twilight remake, I mean, that was a robot too, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but the idea that we're like, the 5 reasons they give. Ready? Hold on. It's just really funny. A gimmick that didn't extend past the first film's 100-minute running time. Release date trouble. First, Megan thrived in part because it was in a box office dead zone of January. The Way of Water was still dominating the box office charts. Now it's up against Stitch, F1, How to Train Your Dragon. And that the sequel's a little too campy. So, and they've been running those fucking trailers like, where she keeps on calling everybody bitch. Like, I don't know. And it's, and maybe it wasn't a good idea to try to do T2. Maybe they should have just done a straight horror movie. You know what I mean? I thought it was an interesting concept that they could do a T2 thing, but if everybody wants her to be villainous, I don't know. Megan versus Chucky versus Puppet Master dolls.
I'll
take Puppet Master. Well, no, I'll take Chucky. I like Chucky. I think the Chucky movies are underrated. I think the Chucky movies are underrated. So I think Chucky as a franchise is underrated. But, the box office thing is really funny to me. Like, they expected it to do.
I think they strategically placed Megan right now to then move to streaming somewhere in August or September to then hit on Halloween costumes and merchandise.
Well, she's already part of Halloween Horror Nights this year, and
I understand that, but that's beyond that.
But if it's not a horror film, if everybody's saying it's more of an action comedy than it is a horror film, is that going to work? I think it'll do fine on streaming, right? I just think the idea that
it's a marketing ploy to sell merchandise and nothing more between the date and everything else.
Nice guitars, Jerry. I don't know. I think I think they thought they had a bigger hit than they did. That it was just kind of like a fluky thing. You know what I mean? I'll take Wednesday. Oh, he's the best. He's the best. Pugsley, what, as the fucking turkey?
Puppet master.
Pugsley is the fucking turkey? What are you talking about, Pugsley in a dance off? Yeah. You'll take Pugsley over Wednesday or Megan. I'll take Wednesday. You're taking Pugsley. So essentially you're taking Pugsley dressed as a turkey.
Gotta support my fellow fat kid.
Yeah, but there's a fine line between supporting your fat kid and throwing in the towel. Giving up. Eat me. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that's better.
Nothing worse than the self shame like that, JW.
I gotta get a t-shirt.
I was doing the actual dance he does as the turkey. To prove a point.
Eat me on it. or
well, no, but that's his lines. That's his lines of dialogue. Anyway, shut up, Kyle. Anyway, just too funny. I have to use it all the time now. What else? I was going to say, we were talking about something, then we got going on other things. What are you doing for July 4th? Anything? Or do you have specific things you do for July 4th? Like I usually watch Jaws and I swim. And then I watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And Joey Chestnut's back this year. So all is right with the world. Because last year, the controversy around Joey Chestnut supporting.
Do you grill hot dogs and watch the contest?
No, I eat Nathan's hot dogs though.
But not during the contest.
Not during the contest.
No,
because why would you do that? Nobody wants to think about.
I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, nobody wants to think about eating hot dogs while watching the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
It's like if you're gonna put on any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show, cartoon, anything, you got to order a pizza.
Oh, okay. That's it. So you're saying, well, first off, I will be eating Nathan's hot dogs on 4th of July. That is my hot dog of choice. I think they're the best hot dogs. But I do not watch during the hot dog eating contest. As my wife
we can do more to sponsor you for one show. Give me a call.
Nathan's and Coke Zero. If you got and Powerade Zero, Nathan's. You guys are all on my July 4th list. I usually watch
American honey whiskey.
Yes, I usually watch. What's the American vodka? The Wheatley. I drink it neatly. Anyway, I like Malibu. I like Malibu rum. Anyway, we're all available. We're all just working in Jerry's world. Double fist during yumminess while watching. Yeah, sure. But what are each of your hot dog contest techniques? No. So watching the contest, I think is twofold. I'm impressed that they can eat that many hot dogs, right? Because Chestnut averages like 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's ridiculous, even for a fat guy. That's crazy. But the other thing is
tapping out at 3 hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I tap out at a normal number of hot dogs, but the idea that they have to dunk them in water and then they have to eat the bun and the hot dog and it looks like they're double. Like it doesn't look great. So I do not want to eat hot dogs while I'm watching the hot dog.
Joe, you got a clip.
Right?
3 hot dogs and I'm done. I think 3 is a normal amount of hot dogs. I mean, you can spread them out over the day. Yeah. Like 4th of July is the kind of thing where everybody's grilling on the grill and around the pool, and I'm, watching Jaws, and I like watching Jaws on 4th of July. I just think it's a perfect.
I have a TV outside.
So do we. I think it's a perfect. I think
grill and watch Jaws.
That's what I'm saying. I think Jaws is the perfect July 4th movie. Independence Day also is another 4th of July movie, right? Where you can almost only watch it on the 4th of July. It's okay, right? But it's not the greatest of movies.
Out of your motherfucking mouth.
Sorry, different smack when he punches the Alien. Poor Will Smith.
Dreadlocks.
And what is that smell? But that's another movie. Like, that's an interesting movie to talk about for 4th of July because I think that's a good movie. But I think the second half of that movie is not as good as the lead up, the opening hour of that movie is pitch perfect sci-fi. Right? And up until the attack, it's amazing. Right? Everybody's panicking. They're getting people out of the White House. Everybody's leaving the cities. And then the attack happens and it becomes like this weird, I don't know, where they're trying to figure it out. And then it becomes like a, borderline ripoff of War of the Worlds. We're going to give it a... Goldblum is great, though. The first hour where he's riding his bike and he's yelling at everybody in the office where they're not putting their cans in the recyclables.
Like, dude, you screwed up 2 telepods in 86. We can't listen to you.
Yeah, you screwed up.
The other guy. Oh, I got to call my mother. Get her out of the city. My lawyer. Oh, fuck my lawyer. I can't remember that actor's name.
It's Harvey Firestein.
Okay.
It's Harvey Firestein, very famous homosexual actor. He's amazing. He did.
What does that matter?
Well, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's what he's known for. My mom. I gotta call my mom. Well, no, but he did Torch Song Trilogy. He's really gifted. Anyway, that's what he's famous for. It wasn't a dig.
Go ahead, say it.
I think we can tell he's gay.
No Yankee Doodle Dandy. Costco's okay. No hot dogs. Too old. Too much pay.
I think hot dogs have a bad effect on his gut probably at this age.
Okay. Costco's 1/4 pound hot dogs. No, it's got to be Nathan's. No Yankee Doodle Dandy. You know what? Yankee Doodle Dandy's okay. And if it's bouncing around, I might watch it. But who watches regular television? You can just, whatever you want to watch for Independence Day, you can watch. Right?
I'll be at Thorny Park on Friday.
We used to open the TV guide to see what was on.
Well, they used to actually have programming on July 4th where you'd be like, and then the end of the day, my dad used to, what was it, like the Boston Pops? Where PBS would go to Boston and they would do the fireworks and they would have the Boston Pops Orchestra performing. So I'm going to back JW on this. He's famously very much LGBTQ. He also did an amazing interview with him before I was out of the closet, Robin Williams. When they wanted on Doubtfire, would often come to his aid when interviews would try to pull a gotcha on a sexual line. He was always thankful for Robin. Yeah, Harvey Firestein, fantastic actor. I didn't mean it in a negative way. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I think the right movie on the 4th of July, Independence Day is a good one. What are some other good 4th of July movies?
Rocky, not horror, but Rocky Balboa. The original Rocky, the original American,
Yeah, the fight. What, Rocky 2? Is it Rocky 2 takes place? Takes place on.
I just think Rocky 1, though. I mean, that's the American story of the underdog.
But Rocky 4 is a Christmas movie. Right? Rocky 4 is a Christmas movie.
Rocky 4 is an all-around movie, really. But I get it.
Some people would say Saving Private Ryan, but I think that's more of a Veterans Day movie. What, National Treasure, Book of Secrets. It's a weird. I'm looking at a list right now. It's weird.
Forrest Gump.
1776. Yankee Doodle Dandy, 1942. American President. Hidden Figures. Air Force One.
The Patriot.
The Sandlot. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Sandlot. Don't you got to go with Field of Dreams then?
No, Field of Dreams is a Father's Day movie.
The Father's Day though?
Field of Dreams?
It's also baseball.
Field of Dreams is not. No, what's the whole point of building the field? Father's Day movie. What's the point of building the field? It's not for Shoeless Joe Jackson. It's Mr. for who? There's a baseball movie. No.
No. Major League.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Born on the 4th of July, if you're feeling a little bit
Yep.
You know, counterculture, American Graffiti.
Shooter.
Like, they have Miracle on this list. That's just crazy to me. Stand By Me, Superman 2. To Kill a Mocking. These are just American films. Like, I don't understand. Like, some of these are weird. Jaws is on the list, of course. Red Dawn. That's pushing it.
It makes sense, though, right? In a way.
Yeah, but Red Dawn's like pushing it. Like, Red Dawn, you know, it's about the end of America. I don't know.
Yeah, but they still fight. They still.
Any Hulk Hogan movie, because he is a real American.
Fuck that. Hulk Hogan can go right the fuck away with his fake ass beer and his stupid new wrestling promotion that is not selling any tickets. He can go right the fuck away. Canada, it's any John Candy movie. I love that. Canada, any John Candy movie. You know what? The interesting thing, do you know how many memes? Summer Rental is a great movie. Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is probably my favorite. But John Candy, like, I think it's really interesting. There's more John Candy memes. Stripes is a great movie. Stripes, yes, I could definitely go with Stripes. Private Benjamin. Oh, Private Benjamin's a great.
That's a good one.
That's a fantastic movie. When she puts the pellets in Eileen Brennan's shower and paints her blue because everybody fucking hates her. Oh my god!
Okay, hold on.
Wildcats.
Watch Captain America then.
Captain America is a perfectly good choice. I would go first Avenger, Captain America, right? If you're gonna go Captain America,
is that I don't think July movie.
I don't know if it's a
Memorial Day.
It could be either. It could be Veterans Day.
How about the Patriot?
Patriot, I could see. 1776, the musical, I could see. Hamilton, I could see. If you wanted to watch Hamilton.
No, thank you.
You're not into Hamilton, huh? It's pretty good. It's pretty amazing though. But I think the easiest ones are Independence Day and Jaws. Like, those are, like, Jaws actually takes place on July 4th, right? The beaches are open, and we've caught a rather large predator swimming off our shore. Amity means friendship.
A tiger shark. What?
It's a tiger shark. Actually, hold on, I can do it. It's a tiger shark. We're doing impressions, but yeah, I mean, Jaws and Independence Day are the two, right? Those are the two July 4th movies until we get. You know what one would work that would kind of work as an offshoot, depending if you like it or not? Live Free or Die Hard would work, because that takes place on July 4th, and it's actually of the Die Hard, like, it's not as good as Vengeance, Die Hard with a Vengeance, but Live Free or Die Hard is better than the later junky Die Hard movies. Live Free or Die Hard has Timothy Olyphant. It's good. It's got Kevin Smith. If you want to go Live Free or Die Hard, it takes place on July 4th as well, right? Because that's the whole gist, is that they're taking out the grid when everybody is on vacation. So you could do that if you want. So
what you're saying is they're not even supposed to be here today.
Not even supposed to be here today. What else? Yeah, I mean, but some of them, I don't know. Rocky's a good call. It's Rocky 2. Rocky 2 takes place on July 4th. Right?
Yeah, but I just think Rocky 1 is the ultimate American underdog story. Like,
yeah.
Getting your shot and taking it and believing in yourself. I mean,
yeah, but don't you want the one where he wins don't you want the one where he wins the title?
You always don't gotta win to be the winner.
I guess you could also go Top Gun Maverick, A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own, definitely.
I can see A League of Their Own. Born on the 4th of July, if you're feeling counterculture. But yeah, I mean, you know,
I'll be watching none of those. I'll be at Thorney Park, enjoying the water park.
Nice. We went to Typhoon Lagoon, and I went on my first water slide with the boys, and it was a complete train wreck because we had to get a tube, and the tube wasn't an inner tube like a regular inner tube. It was like an Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom inner tube that I had to walk up a hill, and I was doing this. Magic Mike is set during July 4th. Yeah, but we want movies that people actually like, Raven.
I liked watching those fireworks with Kevin Nash.
I know what you did. I know what you did last summer is a good under the radar horror film for 4th of July. Not a lot of horror films set in the 4th of July, but you can pick. To be honest, you can pick any Jason movie.
Yeah,
it takes place during the summer. But yeah, I mean. But yeah, I mean, that's my. I usually watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I was depressed last year when Chestnut wasn't there, right? So, brr. What else? Let's do Jerry's. It came from Jerry's basement. Because next week's episode will be
only a segment this week, but next week it's a full
feature. It's a whole episode of Jerry's basement.
It's all basement all the time.
It's all fucking basement next week. Finally going to watch Thunderbolts after the show. I love Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is phenomenal.
It's really good, and it's back to form. And I think it's a really good harbinger because there was a lot of stories about Kevin Feige not having a lot of control recently. The Shining takes place on July 4th. Jason can't be on the 4th. Saving the bodies for the 13th. I'll do it. Wah, wah. Good job, Jasper. It's a great joke. I feel like we've lost control tonight. Okay. It came from Jerry's basement. Baba. What is the movie, Jerry? And I hope I have the same movie because there are many, many versions of this movie. Go ahead.
1988 version.
88. Okay, I got it right, I think. Go ahead, Jerry. What do you got?
Ghost House.
Ghost House. I think I have it here too. There's your picture. And then where's the hell is my picture? I don't have it. Talk to me, Jerry. What do you got? It's an Italian horror film, right?
Yep. Group of people go to this house, abandoned house. They kind of explore, and when they go in the basement, they see this, what is a ghost of a little girl with a clown doll. And creepy music starts to play. And as soon as the creepy music starts to play, somebody's getting it.
Yeah, so it starts in 1967 with a little girl, and she possibly kills her cat. And then her name is Henrietta, and the father locks her in the fucking basement. And, it just kind of goes wonky from there. It's Umberto Lenzi. It's only 95 minutes. Where can people find it? It is also. Go ahead.
This is on Freevee, which is a free kind of like Tubi,
right?
And Pluto.
Yeah, and if you can't find it, it could be La Casa 3.
Yes. Well, a lot of those Italian ones had different. They had alternate.
Yeah. Well, yes, and they. Yeah.
Just to get around ratings and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing where you're like, when you're looking them up, you got to be very specific on what you're trying to find.
I'm not sure. I have the Video Nasties collection, and I'm not sure, but this may be one of them. They came out with a Video Nasties documentary a number of years ago with all of them listed. And there's like a list. You could look it up online.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Okay, so The Shining takes place on July 4th. Okay, so it doesn't take place on July 4th because it takes place during the winter. But there is the photo where Jack is grinning and he's been there the entire time kind of thing. Here's the other.
Yes,
there's your clown.
Same movie.
La Casa 3 or Ghost House. And like I said, the Italian horror films from the 80s they're all gas, no brakes. They don't stop. You know what I mean? Like
even the 70s ones are.
Yeah, the 70s and 80s ones are all, a lot of fun. Like this one is in line with Inner Zone and Stage Fright and Ghost House. And it's just like, they were like film festivals that came to the United States, and then eventually people started picking up videos. And then there was a lot of things with this. So La Casa with houses and titles were a popular trend in 1980s films. So Evil Dead was La Casa 1, Evil Dead 2 was La Casa 2. So when this movie came out, they had to name it La Casa 3 because La Casa was already taken from the Evil Dead movies, which is fun. But yeah, the picture at the end of The Shining is him at July 4th, the July 4th party. But I wouldn't say it's a July 4th movie because of the snow.
It's a winter movie, basically.
It's a winter movie. It's like The Thing and
isolation winter movie.
30 years of night, 30 days of night. But yeah, I mean, not bad. Just not, just not, I don't think it's a July 4th movie. So what else? Okay, let's jump to Twilight. I'm a little all over the place tonight. I'm sorry, people. Little tired from Disney. It was fun couple of days, but it was it's tiring. It's one of those things. Twilight Zone Redux. This week's episode, by the way, 3 away, Jerry, from the end of season 2.
Oh, that's it? I wasn't paying attention.
We have 3 left.
I know we're close, but
there are 29 episodes in season 2. This is episode 27. This episode is called The Mind and the Matter. It's episode 63 of The Twilight Zone, aired May 12, 1961. Opening narration, a brief, if frenetic introduction to Mr. Archibald Beechcroft, a child of the 20th century, a product of the population explosion, one of the inheritors of the legacy of progress. Mr. Beechcroft again, this time Act 2 of his daily battle for survival. And in just a moment, our hero will begin his personal one-man rebellion against the mechanics of his age. And to do so, he will enlist certain aids available only in the Twilight Zone. So, this is first off, is an episode I've never seen, Jerry. I've never seen it either. I've never seen this episode, The Mind and the Matter. And this is the character that we're dealing with, Archibald Beechcroft. This is his friend Henry, who every day seems to bump into him and pour coffee on him or bump into him and just knock over stuff.
And the guy gets pissy.
But the guy is pissy from the get-go.
Yep. He's done with people.
Yeah, he doesn't like people, and he doesn't like anything, really. Like, it's one of the weirdest episodes of the Twilight Zone, Jerry, in the sense that he is one of the more, like, he's not inherently evil, but he's not a good person either. And
he's a curmudgeon.
He's a curmudgeon, and he's kind of annoying. And he kind of just expects life to not be difficult when we all know life is. But he gets the break of a lifetime. The kid feels so bad about pouring coffee on him that when he goes on his lunch break, he brings him a book from a guy who only describes as a guru of some sort, right? Because I guess in the 60s, gurus were huge, who owns a bookstore, and he gives him a book called The Mind and the Matter. And he basically says it's all about focusing your concentration.
Yep.
And he says that his friend has learned how to make things happen with his mind. And, he kind of makes fun of the kid for giving it to him. And then he reads it on the subway home. And then the next scene you see him, he's fucking reading it in his house.
I like how he's trying to read it on the subway and everybody's hitting him and everything.
Yeah, and then he's reading it at his house, and in this scene he's eating dinner, and he immediately finishes the book. The kid gives him the book. He's super nice. He fights with his boss like in the most fucking weird way possible. Like his boss is just like, how are you? Yeah, how are you feeling? The boss asks.
You're not eating right, are you?
Gotta eat greens. Gotta eat your greens. I would eat them for breakfast if people wouldn't leer at me, is what the guy says. But he treats his boss like shit. Yeah, and he's just a fucking miserable character. But he reads the book, and the book gives him the power to get rid of the
idea that if he concentrates hard enough, he could get rid of all the annoying.
He can erase humanity. So he makes the crowded subway station empty. Then he rides this subway empty, and he puts his feet up, takes a nap. He uses concentration to open the doors. He has peace and quiet. He goes to, Jerry, if you were in control of the concentration that this man has in this episode, would you go to work and do all your work?
No, and I certainly wouldn't call for an earthquake or an
electrical storm. Like he does weird shit, and it's so he basically gets rid of the crowds, he gets rid of the people, and then he fucking starts talking to himself in the mirror in his glasses. Yeah,
the glasses were great.
The glasses were hilarious.
He's looking
down, and it's two versions of him, and he's like, eventually the version of him in the mirror is like, you're lonely. Just admit you're lonely. I will not admit I'm lonely. Those people don't deserve my time. Like,
you have that feeling, don't you?
You have that feeling that you're not, you're wasting your time. You're not doing anything.
I like when he's mimicking him in the mirror at first.
Too, oh my God.
It's the same things. And then he goes,
yeah, it's a really good performance. It's a really good performance because I don't know anybody would, it's Shelley Berman. I don't know anybody would want to play this character because he's just
miserable.
He's just a curmudgeon. It's not really, and eventually Jerry, though, he gets to the point where he goes, I am lonely. And the only person I really like is me. Yeah, I like me.
That's a good sequence too.
It's a great sequence. And so so he gets on the elevator. There's a woman dressed like him that's him. And she says, stop staring.
Yeah, him in the costume.
And don't, stop staring.
Get off my foot. That's what.
Get off my foot, you ugly little man. Yeah. And it's just great. It's fantastic. And then the creepy people that are like in masks that look like the actor, and he goes to work, and there's different versions of him all doing the work, and he eventually gets one where he's like, "This is terrible."
Right, and they're all saying their own things, like
they're all as fucking pissy miserable as he is, and he eventually gets not the comeuppance. It's because it's not a comeuppance episode. And then he talks to the reflection again, and he's like, let's
just go back.
He's like, we should go back to the way it used to be. And the moment he does that, Henry walks around the corner, spills coffee on him again, and he asks about the book, and Mr. Beechcroft pretends to have found the book totally unbelievable, but he's nicer to the kid.
Yeah, he's like, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. This is a minor inconvenience. And it just, so he learns something, and so he's not a total like miscreant character. Closing narration is
road. It's not like the light at the end of the tunnel, but he's on the road.
He's on the road to the right path of being a non-shitty human, which, everybody could kind of use, right? Just get over yourself for 5 minutes and don't hate everything everybody does. Is kind of and you notice with the writing in this episode, Jerry, it's hopeful that humanity can get over its fucking problems. Almost all of the episodes written by Rod Serling are about frailty of man getting over their own shit, men coming to grips with the idea that maybe they're not perfect, or they need to fix themselves, or that gambling's not good, drinking's not great. You know what I mean? And it all, like, if you read about Serling and his life, he went to World War II, came back, and he was a changed person, right? So he, like, all the foibles and things that he saw, he took and put in his writing. And so it's kind of like his things are morality plays that are looking at the humanity, the abject humanity of everyone, and just trying to find a place for everyone, even the curmudgeons like Mr. Beechcroft, right? Mr. Archibald Beechcroft, a child of the 20th century who was found out through trial and error, and mostly error, that with all its faults, it may well be this is the best of all possible worlds. People notwithstanding, it has much to offer. Tonight's case in point and the Twilight Zone. So it's, the thing about Serling stuff is man getting over his foibles and always hopeful. Even in the darker episodes that Serling writes, he's hopeful that we can get past it somehow. We can find a way. And I think that's very important where we're at right now. Like, I think it's very important that everybody gets their shit together, right? The title of next week's broadcast reads, The Indiescape Network presents Loud Nerdies. It came from Jerry's basement. Kyle. Wow, now Joe's yelling at Kyle. Now Joe's yelling at Kyle. Look at that shit. Kyle, come back. Speak up for yourself. What is this? Why is Joe yelling? I don't like that. Joe, you're not allowed to yell at Kyle. I can say it, though. Shut up, Kyle.
Nobody wants to hear me.
Anything. You tell him shut up.
I'm not the play-by-play guy in this whatsoever. I'm just a color commentary guy that adds a quick wit and humor here and there. No one wants to hear a whole show of me
you keep on selling yourself on that.
I'm not the start to finish guy here.
I will say next week, Jerry, we have an all-time episode, another all-time episode. Although most of the all-time episodes come later, next week's episode, episode 28 of season 2, is Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up, which is a fantastic episode of like it's a little bit like the Twilight Zone version of Knives Out. You know what I mean? Like we don't know who the fuck. We don't know.
You have to look at it.
I think I've seen it, but I've only seen it like once or twice.
I'm not great on the titles, but as soon as I start watching it, I'm like, oh yeah.
I remember this. Yeah. We did Tower of Terror this weekend, and apparently every time I go to Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, in the room before you go to the ride, there is the little bobblehead devil from one of the Shatner episodes.
Oh, from the fortune teller thing.
Yeah, my wife pointed out that every time I go on this ride, I say I really want that, and she goes, "Yeah, you fucking say it every time we're in here." And I'm like,
one of these days for Christmas.
Well, no, but my response was, do I? I have no idea what my mouth is saying sometimes, except when it's something like, "Shut up, Kyle."
Yeah, but you know what? I do the same thing because we're guys. Like if we see something we want, we can't help ourselves. But like, I need that. My wife's like, you don't need that. Yeah, but I do. Well, what are you going to do with it? I don't know, but
I don't know. I'm going to put it behind me, and it's going to look cool on a podcast.
Like, I would want that, too. I want that thing, that fortune teller thing.
MGM cartoon where a cat takes a rocket to Mars. It's an MGM movie? It's a cartoon? Is it an older car? It's not like a Tom and Jerry episode, right? Not Astro Boy, right?
Is it Cosmo the astronaut cat goes on a thrilling adventure to the moon and Mars? Captain Cat goes to Mars?
Captain Cat goes to Mars.
The Adventures of Space.
It's not Cats in
Tom
Space.
And Jerry blast off to Mars.
It's not the Cat from Outer Space, right? It's not a Disney movie. You're saying MGM. The Talking Tina doll costs too much. Talking Tina's not till the 5th season. Also, the 5th season will give us our other Shatner episode. So,
but next does not narrow it down. The cat that hated people? No, all cats hate people.
Maybe it's Fritz the cat.
The cat that hated people, that's every cat. That doesn't
yes.
that doesn't narrow it down at all.
I already went there. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but when I say it, it's got like actual meaning, Kyle.
Okay. No,
Shut up,
don't
Kyle.
mind JW. That's just my hand up his ass making a fucking parakeet like a fucking puppet.
Well, I could do the turkey again because you think
You
it's a good dance move. Okay. So other things happening this week. You do got some premieres happening. Old Guard 2 comes out on Netflix. So if you like the Charlize Theron Old Guard, that comes out this week. July it actually comes out tomorrow. So I may be watching that before I head out with the kiddos to see Jurassic World again. Because by the way, I want to give a big shout out to Kenner. The Jurassic World toys are fucking amazing. I was disappointed in How to Train Your Dragon toys, but the Jurassic World toys, like the big dinosaurs, the Mosasaur and the Distorted Rex, we have them in the house right now, and they all move their mouths by pressing a button on their tail, and the Distorted Rex actually swings his arm by twisting the tail. So it's like they've added a bunch of things to these Jurassic Park toys that are amazing. The Mosasaur, the water one, has a mouth so deep you can put other dinosaurs in. So it's hilarious. And I was like, the Mosasaur.
Is that only used for breakfast drinks?
No, that's a mimosa. Shut up, Kyle.
My brain went somewhere else.
Rowdy. Yeah, I know you did. I saw it when you were like, oh, it's. Yeah, somehow it's somehow, 2 dinosaurs, 1 cup for Jerry.
Well,
thank you for. Okay, where can people find your stuff, Kyle? Where can people find what's going on as you retake the reins of your Rocky Horror Club?
Good God. Oh, just find the links on our Lot of Nerdy page that you'll like and subscribe to on all of our socials, including Instagram, which did this broadcast it out tonight?
What? No, I don't think we did Instagram tonight.
Oh, okay.
I didn't edit it in time, and I was doing stuff, and I got the message from Joe, and then I didn't do it. But we're gonna try it next week. Well, actually, he can try. He can try it with Jerry next week. He's producing next week. We're going to see Superman. We don't have to worry about any of this shit.
You can find me as Superman. Jerry, where can they find you?
Right here.
So a special episode of Loud and Nerdies. It came from Jerry's basement with special guest, actor, writer, and director Drew Gadaris. Will also be produced by Joe. So Joe will be here. I don't know how much you'll see Joe because sometimes Joe, when he's producing, doesn't get involved. And then sometimes when he does produce, he gets involved. So I don't know. But I would imagine because he's probably going to be involved. But we have Jerry's big show coming up next week. Your Slapjaw show still coming up? Yeah?
Yep,
no?
July 19th, B-Spot.
I believe this is the one, right? Saturday, July 19th.
Sure.
Slapjaw Functional Robots?
Functional Idiots, Drowning Kelly, and 40 Watt.
Nice. So a good show for $10. You can't really pass that up on July 19th. And then me, you can find JW the Movie Guy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, all those places. And then next week, before I go see Superman, I will be doing the Phantom Zone episode, which is Superman 2. We did Superman last night. And so we're doing Superman 2 next week before we get into Superman 2. Superman 2 is phenomenal. Superman 2 is...
I loved it when I was a kid.
Superman 2, that summer was Superman 2 and Raiders. Played awesome. My dad had a twin theater he ran, and it played those 2 movies played the entire summer into September.
Like they put the music in the right spots in Superman 2. Superman 2 is beautiful. It's an incredible sequel. One really, but we're not doing Superman 3 and 4, Ken. No, because we're not doing Superman 3. Poster for when he's flying with Richard Pryor in his arms. It's terrible. Superman 3 is terrible. Superman 4 is worse, but Superman 3 is terrible.
we're gonna do Superman for Superman coming out next week, and then I think we're gonna do a quick Zaz Brothers jump. We're gonna do Airplane. We're gonna do, and then all 3 Naked Gun movies leading up to the Naked Gun remake coming out, or reboot. It's not a remake; it's a reboot. But thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see everybody next week.
Wait a minute. There's something here. Something's happening. We're in a
what
dark
are you doing,
room.
It's hard to see.
Oh, you actually have a Superman 3 poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We're still not doing it, Jerry.
It's not a reprint. It's a real deal.
It's a real deal? Nice.
Yeah.
I like real deals. Both versions of 2 are lame. No. 2 is a pretty great movie. I don't know. 2 is one of the best sequels of all time, if you ask me. But thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see everybody. Well, we won't see anybody next week. We might see everybody for a special episode with a bunch of people next Wednesday for a Superman preview before it opens on Thursday. We've got to make plans about that, but I'm fully expecting to have Kyle with who are the guests you're bringing?
The cosplay twins that played Superman, Spider-Man, and his wife for the
NEPA Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, thing.
That thing. Jesus. And I might have in tow with me, I might have Rich and Natasha. So we might have a very big conglomeration of people on Wednesday night to talk the new Superman with David Cornsmith.
I talked to that Eric at the Moon Ballroom because we just played a show there, and he's not sure if they're going to have another one of those or not.
Really?
He hasn't really heard the Comic-Con thing,
Oh my God, that's disappointing considering I thought the first one went well.
The first 2 went well.
First 2 went well, so they don't know if they're going to do it. Well, maybe we can ask them. But we'll be catching Superman next Tuesday. Jerry will be here, leading his own basement show. Came from Jerry's basement. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see everybody next week, and good luck, July 4th. Have a great, happy 4th of July from the Indie Escape Network. All of us here at Loud Nerdy, all of us here at Generation Movie. Thank you so much. Take care. Good night.